President Biden's decision to end the Keystone XL pipeline could lead to thousands of lost jobs. My next guest is among the first laid off after Biden's Keystone order. Joining us now is a member of Pipeliners Union Local 798, Neil Crabtree. Neil, happy Saturday to you. If it could be happy, because you're unemployed. You've been doing some interviews, and it struck me as an important voice in the midst of all this to hear from you. I want to hear what you're doing right now in your situation, where things stand.
Right now, I guess I'm living the new American dream. I'm drawing unemployment, thanks to these radical energy policies that are being put into place by the job-killing Joe administration.
I want to ask you, Neil, you may have heard in the last segment we had a member of Congress, Congressman Tim Ryan, Democrat from Ohio. He says it's time to move into the future. So what do you say to those not in your industry that say it's time to pick up and just move on to a different trade?
Well, he talks about, the future, but to me in my industry, the future is looking a lot like the past. You haven't heard the words OPEC in the media in a lot of years, but you used to hear it every day. You're talking about countries that hated America, but they manipulated the oil markets, and the American consumers were one that paid the price for it. And the men and women in my industry, we went to work, and we made this country independent, and now we're being crucified for it, it seems like. But like I said, the future is going to be a lot like the past.
So when you hear from the Biden administration that there will be alternative jobs waiting for you, what is your response and what is your reality right now in figuring out what you're going to do?
Well, I'm at the point in my life where I think it's too late for me to try to learn another skill. I've got a lot invested in the industry that I've grown up in, my retirement, my health insurance. It's hard to tell somebody, in the middle of life when you got a family and you got bills and you got mortgages to, hey, go find another job, because you don't start off at the top, you're starting off at the bottom. And I've looked at some of these jobs that they're talking about, and they're not the high-paying jobs that they're trying to portray. Some of these jobs are paying $14, $17 an hour. That's around the minimum wage that this administration is proposing. I'm not a minimum wage worker.
What are some of those jobs, Neil?
Doing that.
Some of the ones you were looking at, like what are they doing?
Well, they mentioned, solar panel technicians, windmill technicians. They said these are the fastest growing jobs in the country. Well, that's just not true. I've done some research on that. They're not the fastest growing jobs in the country. They're not there right now. The jobs that are there are the jobs like the Keystone pipeline. This is not the time to be playing politics. You're talking about kicking a man in a country when he's down right off the bat, start putting people out of work. I can't believe that somebody could do something like that.
And how long has your family been in this? This is not a trade you fell into in the last couple of years, it sounds like.
My grandfather started welding for 798 after World War II. He learned how to weld working on ships in San Francisco. My dad done it. My brother done it. I've done it. That's all I know how to do.
Has anyone reached out to you from Washington, any member of Congress, anyone that sees and hears your compelling story? Have they reached out to you at all?
Not yet, but I'm hoping they will. We've got to do something about this, because if I was on the outside looking in at this project and the issues, I would want to know the facts, and the facts are this oil's already coming into the country by rail cars. TC Energy wants to move it by a pipeline, which, by the way, is going to be totally powered by green energy. So I think that's a win for the environment. A fact that I think that's not getting out there enough is that TC Energy also wants to commit another $1.7 billion in green energy projects for American workers. So that's another win for the environment. I can't see the common sense thinking of denying this permit for environmental reasons. It's just not true.
Neil, in just the seconds we have left, the climate czar at the White House, John Kerry, was in front of the cameras this week. If you could talk to him and just say one thing to him, what would you say?
Like I've been telling all the other people in this administration, tell the truth and give me my dang job back. I had a good paying job. I don't want to live off the government. Give me my dang job back.
Neil Crabtree, we will be staying in touch with you. We feel for you, and we hope the best for you. Thank you for taking time to come on this Saturday.
Thank you.
All right, Jillian.
Well, President Vladimir